After work, Mary went home to a Victorian terrace on a steep hill in Totterdown, a brightly painted house on a street of brightly painted houses, blue and yellow and green. She put her bags down in the hallway and looked in on Steva and the kids. Steva was reading a book of Ray Bradbury short stories. It had a lurid 1970s cover design. Otis and Daisy were watching Cartoon Network. Mary gave the kids a hug and a kiss and asked how their day had gone, but they didn't say much. That was okay. Her real time with them would be later, sitting on the edge of the bath while they soaked, chatting while they dried themselves and got into their pajamas, reading them stories and playing What Else with Otis. She gave Steva a kiss too. He was in cut-off jeans, rubber flip-flops, and a washed-out prisoner t-shirt. Patrick McGowan's face crazed and faded after years of washing and tumble-drying. Steva had very long hair and a big auburn beard. Back in the early days, Mary had nagged him to shave it off because it tickled when they kissed. He'd sulked a bit, but done as she asked. His face had looked blinking and helpless. So Mary apologized and told him to grow it back. Now the tickle of it was a comfort to her, a sign of house and home and quiet well-being. She sat with her hands on her knees and her back straight, looking at the screen. Steva glanced at her over his book, then folded the corner of a page and put it down. What's wrong? He always knew. That was one of the things about him. She said, I met Kenny today, up by the Cabot Tower. Once, Steva and Kenny had been best friends. They used to drive out to the country in Kenny's old VW Combi and fake crop circles together, using planks and lengths of camping rope and tent pegs. They were still friends, although things weren't the same. Steva said, How is he? Mary said, Come out here a minute. Steva frowned and stood, brushed hair from his face, followed Mary to the narrow hall, closing the door on the sound of SpongeBob SquarePants. He gave me these, Mary said, and showed Steva the bundle of sketches. Steva undid the string, shuffled through them. He looked at Mary. Why? I don't know. Is he all right? I don't know. Should I go out there and talk to him? He won't talk to you. Not if he won't talk to me. He'll just clam up. He pretends nothing's wrong, especially to us. Well, I ought to give him a buzz. Ask him round. We'll catch a few old vids. Day of the Dead, whatever. I'll take him down the New Found Out. Mary took Steva's hand in both of hers, lifted it to her face, butterfly kissed his knuckles. Let's leave it a few days. You sure? Yeah. I'll give him a call tomorrow. Make sure he's all right. The next day, Mary called Kenny during her morning break. She phoned him again at lunchtime and again in the late afternoon, but Kenny didn't answer. On the bus on the way home, she texted him. You okay? ? Kiss. He didn't answer that either. Mary still owned the little black address book she and Kenny had once kept by the phone. The pages were full of addresses added and scored through over many years. These days, she kept it in a little drawer upstairs. She dug it out and found the mobile number of a woman called Pat Maxwell. She dialed it, heard a tentative gruff, Hello? Hi, Pat, it's Mary. Kenny Drummond's Mary. Kenny's Mary? You remember? Pretty little Mary with the dark hair. Mary was disarmed by that and wished she wasn't. Pat said, What can I do for you, love? I was wondering if Kenny had been in touch. What? Your Kenny? Yes, my Kenny, as was. Not for donkey's years, why? No reason. You're sure? Well, to be honest, we've been a bit worried about him. Why's that? It's nothing, it's silly really. Silly enough you need to call me. Is it the Kintry business? No, it's not that. You're sure? Pretty sure, Pat.